All right, folks, this is going to be a little rapid fire video on alt dominance, some alts, BTC pairing on time frame. Most of them are in high time frame major support. Fiat pairings, something weird going on with them. In high time frame, they're showing off some sort of local top or the top. So I'm a little confused right now. I'm not sure if it's going to do the same thing BTC did, meaning that from 12K it sold off, and then from 12K it closed above 10K, and everyone was thinking, like I was thinking, some people were thinking it was a bearish retest, like consolidated, and then they popped off. So it's one of those two scenarios. But let's look at this. Let's look at dominance right now. This is the chart that I posted on the Discord that I got right now. So here, last week, a couple of days ago, I was telling folks that basically dominance was going to pop up. You can read the note there. So this was the level I was expecting for it to pop up. Now, I've seen this setup before where it's in a range, it pops off, it consolidates sideways. This is a weird situation here, but it consolidates sideways. If it consolidates along this zone sideways, it's going to pop up next. Now, I personally think it's going to pop up to the zone between 66 and 65. Now, that's the zone I have alts going, so we could see a nice relief rally before the sell-off continues. So here it is in a monthly. It looks pretty scary, and I still believe this was distribution. This is just a retrace before we have a continuation sell-off. So it will be something like this, but now it's inverted over here. See this? Basically this over here. You invert this, these candles will be all the way down here. So let's see what happens. But I do believe this BTC dominance is going to pop up higher. We're going to have some relief on alts and sell the rallies, or don't buy at all and just wait. This is another one. These are my two charts that I keep, and you're seeing it right here. Again, this is a level that to me was a level that could not gain. And so this was the bounce zone, the zone that I had bouncing out from here. And to me, it's going to go here, consolidate, touch this primary trend line. Was all based on how you drew it. So now what we're going to do is, let me adjust this really quickly to be more precise. We're going to try to catch it off these bodies. It's all right if we cut through there. That's one. And now we're going to draw the second one, which is going to be, let's put a magnet. It's going to be off the wicks, and we'll do it this way. So basically price can pop inside these double trend lines as long as it doesn't close above this outer trend line. And at that point, it's wreck city, and people will definitely leave crypto. All right, so this, just in case you guys want to do trend lines, it's okay to cut through wicks and bodies. You can catch the plays early and either pumping or dumping, but sometimes it does get fake out. I give credit to this cutting through the bodies, wicks, and then it's okay if it cuts through the body. So the Nebraska Gooner, so he taught me this, and I actually like that, so I implemented in my charting. Adding the second trend line is to whale hunting. So this is basically what I use on my trend lines. So anyway, I believe it goes up, consolidates, gives some time for alts, a little rally, and then we have another pop up. Either way, alts BTCs are right. So it doesn't matter how you look at it. If you're shorting or longing, just keep an eye on dominance. Now, that's the dominance play. BTC, the retrace. Honestly, I don't have much to say in BTC right now. It's all about the retrace, and basically just to consolidate on top of this zone. As you've seen here, it's been a critical zone. Resistance, sell off, wicks, sell off, sell off, sell off. Does this happen here and we have a crazy sell off, or it comes here? Just consolidates to let the fiat pairing run before we have an attempt to the all-time highs. I'm not sure, but it has to stay close above 12,200. So that's all I got there. Trying to make this quick. I don't want to be here all day. DXY, it was very disappointing. I thought this green box was going to be filled. It did not. And the fact that it broke below this primary trend lines, to me, as much as I want to be bullish on it, seems biased unless this level is regained. So this level has to regain, like it tried to regain it here. Once I regained it, bearish to test the support and then to take off. For this to be bullish, it has to regain this level. There's only one other scenario where it could possibly be what I think it could be, which is something that I thought initially from the very first time I did this DXY chart, which to me this could be the same. Now the only problem with that is that this sell-off seems to be a little more dramatic than this one. I thought this was the same, sort of equal, where it would just almost fully reset in a lower time frame. So now the question is something like this, but here it still kept making higher lows. So it still made higher lows, you know, candles did not close below there. Over here, not really. Okay, you don't have really any of that here. So here, it could be what a majority of people think, which is this was a deviation in a lower time frame, and it's just going to continue to sell off. And honestly, it seems like that's the possibility. I'm still holding hope for this, but I'm not sure that's going to occur. So bearish. So once it closes below 92, basically confirms that this is not equal. Even now is confirming that this is not equal. I did have this resistance noted. I thought it was going to go retest that support, go up, consolidate there. I was completely wrong. So that's the game right now. So I was wrong. I was a little too hopeful that it was just gonna continue to pop. So this is gonna continue to sell off. So let's see what happens. I'm still hopeful that that level is gonna be regained, and let's see what happens. But so far it seems to be bearish, even though some indicators are printing. They're still bearish in high time frames now. Yeah, I'm a little deflated. I thought this was gonna pump a little higher. All right, I won't spend too much time there. Let's look at some of these alt pairings here. And like I said, some of these to me, let me give you one as an example. Algo. This is my notes that I've had for a while. Now, I really was confident that 20 cents was gonna hit. Here, BTC had a dump. Basically, it seems like this is not going to occur. So I'm still leaning here. All I can say is that in whichever direction this breaks, down or up, it's going to be a massive candle. I'm still bearish on this, thinking I'm still bearish until basically we can say 40 cents is regained as conservative, and we can even say 33 cents is regained. But to me, again, I'm bearish on this charts. Like I say, most of these alts look similar. Either that, or it breaks down. It's going to go here, retest possibly and continue down, or breaks down, retest it, regain the level, and off to the races. But I'm still hoping it breaks down to 20 cents. I'm still. Even after this BTC pump, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm still in the belief that some of these alts are going to break down. I shouldn't be saying that based on what BTC did, so I could be wrong. Take it for what it is. But it seems like they're going to have some sort of rally. The fiat pairing. Once BTC settles a little bit, I think some of them are going to have some nice pops. They've already been doing that. So if anyone is looking to get a play here, theoretically, any close above 32 cents, you would try to ride it back up to these highs to 33 cents. It would be a scalp. Right now, a little risky is going to resistance. So 32 cents, you will go to a scalp, play it to that 32, 33 level, and then try to play the 35 level. It's just, to me, this looks like top. There's another one, ZRX, same structure. They all are forming the same structure, these alts. These fiat parent major alts, same structure. Haven't looked at that. Same structure. See this here? Is this gonna play out? This here, or we're gonna have a pump? So if I invert this chart, down, breaks resistance and pops up, or it's gonna sell off from here. So see what I mean? How this was sold off, or it's gonna have to do this rounded retest pumps. Is that basically what's gonna happen here when I go back to the inverted scale? Boom. Now, when I was talking earlier about how these look bearish, this could just be a bear fake out, comparing it to BTC, which basically was that when BTC was here, I thought that was the local bottom. I thought we were going to retest down here now, to be honest. So you see how this, and then it just hanged around, buried retest, hanged around, popped up, consolidated along a key level, which now, after looking at it afterwards, should have seen that and pops. Because these alts, they look something similar to this, sell off. Now you have a grind and grinding and grinding. So Georgia trend line and grinding. So is that what we having with these alts? Are they repeating the same thing BTC did? So use BTC chart as an example. Or are these alts just gonna sell off, where they're not gonna do what BTC did, but instead they're gonna break down the major alts? So we're talking about, let's go to ZRX, which is an excellent chart. So here, right, we can see, let me see, hold on, use this as an example. Go back and look at some major alts in high time frame. You can even go to the 3-day. This is a key support here. So we have this. So is this gonna grind up, take off? Is this gonna go here, sell off, back down to these lows? So that's what I'm trying to say when I opened the video, what I said, these major alts are printing bearish PA. Are they gonna do what BTC did? Sell off, retest, continue grinding, or they grind now and just pop off? Whichever direction they pop, it's going to be a large candle, just like BTC. So use BTC as an example, if that's the way it's going to play out. Okay, are we going to have this? You can say around the top to some extent. This is not per se around the top, but okay. Or we're just going to have another sell-off. I hope I was clear with that. So this is sort of around the top. It tried, then it broke off, sort of a double top. So this one here to me looks more. I've seen this play out in RSI levels, and usually it usually does two things. It goes up for a down, it goes up, and then sells off. So does it do something with this version? Well, it doesn't go this high, but okay. Does it pump up? They pump up a little bit, sell off. Okay, let me show one more chart and that'd be it. Just go back and look at these alts in high time frame, and just keep an eye on them as you see here. Let me see, LTC. That was a nice candle. Look at that. So this is what I'm talking about here. Okay, see the setup here? Boom. Are they gonna do that? Okay. That's the unknown. But this looks similar to most of these. So we have a little up, another retrace, and then they grind up and they maintain the higher low like BTC. So look for those sort of patterns in PA. But actually LTC was holding a key level. If I can find it. Oh wait, I gotta take this off. Here it is. That's the key level. This is a chart that I've had for a while. So it's been a demand zone. It's just failed to break this fucking zone. It's just failed to break this, man. It's held like a champ. So this sold off from there, sold off from there. So let's see what happens here. This is a short supply zone in the lower time frame. Anyone's thinking for a scalp, it's an impulse. It has to be a correction soon. Let's see how the daily is looking to try to find some levels. Someone could possibly enter around here with a stop loss above, but I don't like that. It will have to be above this candle. This is the up trust candle before the pump. It will have to be above here, $57. Someone can try to catch it a little closer. So this whole zone here, 58 to 57 is bearish. Conservatively, we'll be on 58, but that's too wide of a stop loss if someone was thinking for a short. 6%, that's too wide for me. This can just pop up a little bit more around here, or pops into 58. You short it with a stop loss above. Monero is one that I'm talking about, guys. To me, this is a chart. I'm just trying to give you examples on, I think some of these coins are at their top. You see this here? Look at this PA structure. This looks similar to ZRX, looks similar to other PA structures. So this one here, honestly, as bearish as I want to be, it's sort of bullish. Change the color, yellow. It's a little bullish. What the heck is going on? Okay, no. All right, I'll settle fucking orange. I do think some of these alts have hit bottom. Unfortunately, I think they have bottom in March. And the next level is right here. So there's a retrace all the way back down to between $60 and $50. If March was the bottom, then we can possibly look for this target here. If they retrace, or we can look the bottom of this range here will be the first objective here, which is around between $80 and $70. Let's say this is the local top. I actually wanted to see if it made another 10 pop, and this was the zone I was ready to short, but I'm sort of shorting in the lower time frame. So was this the local top? Meaning that this is just going to sell off, or is this just going to come here, consolidate for makes an attempt there, and then goes down? Okay, to me, so this is the zone that I'm looking at if this continues to sell off somewhere around here. If it does sell off, or this is a bull pattern, breaks above, I think this continues to sell off. I've been doing, been experimenting with these charts over here, and this is basically what I got. This zone has been tough to fucking break, man. This bitch has to break next. So it's a nasty candle. So this candle does a couple of things in some charts. Inverted hammer says that it's going to sell off, but in reality it comes down, prints green, grinds higher high, higher lows, and takes off from there. So let's see what happens when price comes back here, or it goes down to the zone, which was the zone I was waiting for. This zone here, I was waiting for this to hit here, too long. I was too biased, it didn't get close. So I was biased that I was waiting for the zone, or wait here in lower time frames. Before long, it never happened. So because I was too biased looking for those targets there, I actually missed this play. I probably could have caught it in lower time frame if I was not so biased. So we're talking about 118 versus 117, $2 difference, but I was just waiting for this. I was expecting something like this, to be honest. From here, I thought that from here, it was going to do this and just rally up to 154 before the sell-off, but it couldn't close above 130, and you had all these wicks, and I actually caught 127, and I panic sold in this little candle here and it sold off. I'm currently theoretically in this short here, so I'm hoping it comes here and then breaks here, hoping. Anyway, that's basically it, guys. Go to these major alts. They're printing some sort of, to me, some sort of local top or some sort of nice retrace. There's one more chart I want to show you guys, which is Theta. This to me spells fucking bottom. This is like a bearish. This is a bearish retest. It's just how high it's going to go. It's going to retest this red zone before it continues back down to here or here. This to me is a bearish retest. Unless the red zone regains to make higher, to me this goes up and it sells off again. That's basically it, folks. Just just go back and look at these charts in high time frames. These major alts, BTC pairings are going to continue to sell off. They may have some rallies in the upcoming days or over the weekend or sometime early next week, but dominance is going to keep pouncing up. BTC sells off, they're right. BTC pump, they're right. We've seen this play out in March of 2019, April, March. Let me show that real quickly. April or March of that year, when BTC pumped, when it was at a critical zone and BTC just pumped. So basically, this is basically what I experienced BTC for the first time and understood its true power when it was here. And everyone thought it was going to break. They thought it was going to come down and go up, or come down and make new lows before it went up. None of that happened. But at this level here, BTC popped off, rallied off. BTC pairings, fiats, they all got wrecked as it came here. I think the fiat pairings they started running like crazy after this initial burst. I can't remember if it was after the initial candle. I can't remember. It probably was somewhere around here, man. They started the fiat pairing just started taking off, and the BTC pairings, they pumped temporarily. When BTC popped off, they sold off. Then they had some rallies, and then they fucking sold off. Just go back to March or April of 2019, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to make the same comparison here. As this popped up, I was expecting the fiat pairings to rally and follow BTC, but I was expecting a little retrace, and then the fiats will follow and just pop off. But they popped off this morning, last night into this morning. So let's see what happens. But alts, BTC are wrecked. Just go look at some of these projects, some of these possible buy and forget bags. And this is one that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm just going to buy and forget. I probably should have sold here. Should have cashed out my 50% profit. But I'm just trying to buy and forget that. VRA, there's a lot of bullishness on that one. So just go on high time frame and just look at the chart. Let PA indicate to you where the bounce or the reversal has occurred. This to me, this is a full reset, possible make new lows. I'm trying to wait around here. This chart to me, I'm ultra bullish on this chart. It reminds me a little bit of REN when it was on a monthly level. And I still think VRA is doing something like that. I'm not sure if this bottom support is going to hold. I was extremely bullish at this chart then, and full transparency, at that time I didn't have as much confidence or experience as I do now, and I didn't buy, so I bought at a later time and sold too early. But VRA reminds me of Ren right there. You know, VRA can make new lows and not be this, but it can go down, and then once it regains this horizontal support. So VIA, you can look at it two ways, right? It could be Ren on the monthly, right? People that's gonna agree is gonna say no, and I think VRA is gonna make new lows. Now you want to be conservative, let it make new lows. Once it regains this level, you go long, no closing. Just go long blindly with a stop loss there. I'm trying to wait here, see if I got some buys, see if it gets here. I'll ladder in, but once it flips this critical horizontal support, just go long. See how high you can ride it. Another one that looked it like that, which I was bullish on, was Tomo before it had its pump, right here. Same fucking chart, guys. Same fucking chart. No fucking difference. And look what happened. Okay. Same fucking chart. So I love these chart setups. A lot of people think they're bearish. I love them. To me, it's a tight range. It's almost like looking at this chart in a low time frame when you see these tight range, and chart usually pop up. But the reason, let me be a little more clear, to me, charts are doing this. The direction of price is always this way. It's not this. The direction of the chart is always here. See the arrows? This is a big difference. Okay, this here to me was this, not this. Just basically a W pattern, basically is what I'm saying, versus an M pattern. Okay. So that's basically it, folks. Just go back, review your high time frame charts, and good luck.